I'm sharing Simon Hurley's new space adventure release with Spellbinders. I created 2 super fun cards with this release. Hey everyone, it's Joy here and welcome to my channel. I'm going to start with my backgrounds, but here is the layering Starry Night stencil and the Starry Night 3D embossing folder, and this is an emboss and cut folder, which is really fantastic. So I'm going to get that die cut out here, and I'm going to do this on black cardstock. Both of my backgrounds are going to be on black cardstock. I think this cute little space adventure release is so darling, so I couldn't wait to make cards with this. So this first one, I'm going to do the die cutting with the embossing folder. The next background, I am just going to emboss in the center. Well, a little off center, a little bit up towards the top. I'm not going to use the die cut with it, but I'm going to run this through my Platinum 6 die cut machine using the embossing folder sandwich. And now we've got our background. So let's go back to our first background. This is the one that we use the die cut with. And now we're going to use the layering stencil on this. There's 3 stencils and it lines up with the embossing, which is really fantastic. But you could also use this separately. I'm going to use some solar paste from Simon Hurley. I have Golden Hour and Beluga. I think this is, well, we'll see. Hold on. I don't know if that, yeah, the first one was Golden Hour and this is Beluga. I'm only going to do this one time. I did not want to cover up all of my die cut stars. I loved how they looked in black. So I am going to do something else to some of the other stars as we move forward with these cards, but I'm going to do this first, pull off that stencil, and then set it aside to dry. But I think it's fun that it's only on some of the stars, so I think that's kind of fun. So let's put that aside to dry. Then I have my die cuts here. This is To the Moon. This is the die set for To the Moon. So I have the pieces laid out. You can't see some of those black pieces. But on this card, I'm going to do some ink blending. I have Squeezed Lemonade and Lost Shadow. Now I'm going to do the moon first. I kind of re-ink the moon because I don't like how it turns out here. I should have just left it this kind of brighter yellow, but I decided to dull it down with the Lost Shadow Distress Oxide, which is fine. It just ended up not going well with this card. So I do change that up a little bit later and I will show you that. But I'm going to just ink blend some of these. On the second card, there's only one little spot of ink blending and I did colored cardstock. So that way you could kind of see, you could either ink blend all of your dies or you can combo them with ink blending and colored cardstock, or you could just do colored cardstock. Then I have Uncharted Mariner, and I'm also going to bring in a little bit of chipped sapphire back here. But I want this to be kind of a blue and gray rocket. I don't know. I just think these die cuts are so cute. And when I was making these cards, I actually thought I was going to love the rocket and moon more than anything else. But I ended up loving my little alien card the most. Then I added Hickory Smoke and Lost Shadow to the center part, and it looks like I'm ink blending over and coloring outside of the lines, but I promise you I'm not, because we have die cut pieces that are going to be covering it. So there's kind of the base to our rocket. Here's the tip, so I really didn't need to color the tip blue because I forgot I had this. And then I'm just going to clean up my hands and work surface. I was transferring blue ink everywhere on everything. I was trying to be vigilant, but I was struggling with that today. And I ended up getting me a new craft cloth. That's not what they're called though, from scrapbook.com. They're called something else, but they come on a roll and you can tear them off and they are reusable and washable. So I had to get a new one because the other one was full of ink and it was just making my hands dirtier. Anyways, now that I took a detour in that conversation, let's color our little rocket flames here. I'm going to use Squeezed Lemonade, Carved Pumpkin, and the tiniest bit of Lumberjack Plaid to give these a good, fun, fiery look. So the Lumberjack Plaid is going very little at the bottom. I don't want to take away from that orange. And then I have Salvaged Patina for the window. I didn't want to leave it white, but I do want to keep that highlight piece that I popped out, and I want to keep that white. So I put that in my little sort and stack tray so I can add that back in when I glue this rocket together. So let's start now. Now's a good time as any. I am going to use my reverse tweezers and my artiste glue from scrapbook.com, and let's glue this moon together. It has that little background piece that I used the Lost Shadow on. And then let's glue our rocket together. I mean, these are fun layering dies, super easy to put together. I just think they're so darling. What a perfect card for little kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, friends, kids, whoever. These would make great little invitations, because really, if you're just die cutting from colored cardstock, these will not take you very long to make. So super, super fun, super cute. I definitely would have used this for my sons when they were little. So I glued on that back piece. I am going to bring in a piece of paper because I realize it's really hard to see me gluing these black pieces on. It's just blending into the background. So that's the front end piece of the rocket. I'm going to glue this side piece on, and then I wised up and brought in a piece of cardstock. I thought, oh, I bet you they can't see any of this. And I am correct. So there is a little line, like a little etched line that you can see on the die, so you know where to line it up behind the rocket, if that makes sense. I'm going to poke out the little holes and place these pieces down. So this is where I was coloring outside of the lines, but it did not matter because we're going to place these little pieces right over that. But look at how cute this rocket is. It's so simple and yet so detailed and fun at the same time. I love it. And then we can pop that window into place, add the flames at the back end. I'm just going to flip that over, and first let me glue this window down, and then I'm going to flip it over to add the flames in the back. And then we have our cute little moon and rocket, and then we can go to the next card, which is just so cute. I just love it. And there's different ways on this next card to like dress up the alien, I guess is what you could say. So here are the dies for this. I have die cut from a like sparkle glitter, like a metallic cardstock from scrapbook.com. I have a white, I have some teal, using some, I used sunshine, purples, and white and black mixed media cardstock from scrapbook.com. So the sunshine paper pad and the purples paper pad is what I used. I'm adding a little bit of that carved pumpkin on the edge. This is like the beam of light from the alien ship, and I wanted the edges to be a little bit darker, and then I'm just going to ink blend over that to soften it with my squeeze lemonade, and then we have this perfect little alien ray that's going to snag you up. And then here's already some die cut pieces. I'm going to glue this together. Now for the dome of the ship, I used vellum from Lawn Fawn. It's their pastel pearlescent vellum. And this one kind of has a, I don't know, this might be the white one or a little bit of blue. I can't remember. I'm looking at it, but I can't quite tell. But that is what the alien is going to sit in front of, so it looks like he's sitting in a clear dome. But I mean, you could use regular vellum too, but I thought it would be fun to use this kind of pearlescent shimmery vellum. I'm going to put on these little yellow lights. Again, I used the paper pads from scrapbook.com in sunshine, and then the purples. So as you can tell, the purples are for my cute purple little alien, and the other colors are from the sunshine, and then we have the metallics that I used for the metal. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue at the bottom of the vellum because there's a piece right here that's going to go over that, so we will not see that glue. And then also I added a little bit of glue behind that and then put my alien in front so you can hide the glue there. There's lots of ways to hide glue with vellum. We have this cute little knob that's going to go on top that's from that kind of silver cardstock. And then we have the darling little aliens. I die cut one in green and one in purple. So that's where I added another little hint of glue, but the alien is going to cover that. So they look like little, well, let me put his belly on first. The green guy, I'm not going to do that because we're going to cut half of his body off anyways, so he looks like he's sitting in the spaceship. But they look like they have little hats here, and they're not. They go behind their head. And so this guy has a little star coming off of his head. The other guy has 2 antennae. Then there's one that has like a birthday hat that can go inside, in between the 2 antennae, if that makes sense. They have 1 eyeball. There is a little eyeball piece that I'm going to glue on there and then color it black. And then I did little yellow cheeks. I thought that would kind of stand out differently. So obviously you could make your aliens whatever color you wanted to make them. They're just so cute. So this guy, again, is not going to have his belly colored because he won't have a belly, but I can put the rest of him together. Get all his little bits and pieces on here. Some of those are just so hard to flip over when they're on the wrong side. And I feel like these little pieces want to be on the wrong side all the time. But there's his little yellow cheeks. Let's get his eyeball and then his little piece for his eyeball. And then the little black pieces in my sort and stack tray, geez Louise, I can't talk today, are for behind his mouth. So he's got a black mouth. So I'm going to glue those behind that. And then those guys will be done. They are so, so cute. Oh no, they're not done. I have to color the eyeball. I am using scrapbook.com's black, I think it's called their glitter brush. My gel pen wasn't working. I need to get a new black glaze pen. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I can use this. And it's brand new. Like I just recently got it and keep forgetting I have it. It's coloring their eyes perfect, and it's giving a fun little shimmer and shine. So look at how cute they are. I love these guys. Okay, so now that they are done, I can get my alien in here. Now I cut it at a little curve, which I shouldn't have. So I have to trim. It needed to just be straight. It's straight in the center. I just assumed. I didn't really pay full attention, which you probably should when you're cutting one of your die cuts. But I ended up just having to cut him straight across, and then he was able to fit down in there, and it looks like he is sitting in the spaceship. So I will add a little bit of glue to him and pop him in place. And I think I use my tweezers to kind of hold him down just until that liquid glue dries. Okay, here's that background that we stenciled with solar paste. I'm going to take that black glitter brush marker. I know it's called something else, you guys. I think it is. Anyways, I'm going to color some of the stars, not all of them. I liked that some of them were matte. It kind of felt like they were pushed back further away and you just couldn't see the color. But in the light, you have the fun shimmer of the solar paste from Simon Hurley, and then you have that fun shimmer from the glitter brush pen. And so I was just coloring right over top of that, of those embossed stars, and I think it turned out really, really pretty. And I think I show you that here in just a second. Pretty fast, it was hard to see, but in real life it's really cute. I was trying to splatter the bottom of this card. It did not work, so I'm just going to tap with that same glitter brush marker. This is going to go behind the alien. I wanted to have a few more smaller stars far away. Here is me correcting the moon, adding more of the squeezed lemonade, and it just looks better. It goes better with this background. Now we have our sentiments, and they're so cute. So there is the one that says "Greetings, Earthling," and I love the font of this sentiment. Then we have "Love you to the moon and back," and I did the "Greetings, Earthling" in green, and then "Love you to the moon and back" in the same teal that's on the spaceship. Of course, that's going to go on the rocket one. So I just think the colors in this just turned out to be a lot of fun. But look at those little aliens. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. I was trying to find my action wobbler for my purple alien, and I know I have them. Where I have them is a whole nother story. I have no idea where I put them. So I think I'm going to have to order some more because it would have been perfect, you guys. I probably could have made one with paper now that I think about it. I didn't think about it at the time, but so super cute. Of course, I'm going to add foam tape behind everything because I love foam tape behind everything. This is 3mm. I'm going to put behind the rocket and the moon. And then I do 2mm behind the sentiment. So this is the plain background, I'm going to say, that we just did the embossing, but I love it. I actually like that because I really wanted the rocket and the moon to stand out. And I love a good black cardstock, and when you emboss black cardstock, it is stunning. So even just leaving it plain, it just looks absolutely beautiful. So let's put our sentiments in place, and both of these will be on a white A2 size card base. And then let's add our greeting here that says "Greetings, Earthling," which I think is darling. I'm going to adhere this to the top. You could pop this up with foam tape, but I decided not to because the spaceship is going to have foam tape. And I just felt like it looked better on the background, and it looks different than the other black background that's underneath it. So it gave some interest that way. And then I think I did 1mm foam adhesive behind that little purple alien. He's taking off with him, but wouldn't that be cute with an action wobbler? Oh, so bummed I didn't even know where to look. Like, because I've redone my craft room and I just had no idea. So let's put these guys down in place, and then we can take a look at this up close. They are so cute. I love it. I love that embossing folder. Look at all those great stars and these cute dies. Of course, the sentiment is darling. This one is my favorite. I love those aliens. They're just so cute. Their little faces are so, so cute. Thanks so much, you guys, for stopping by and watching. I hope that you enjoyed these projects. I hope you guys feel inspired and hope you have a great day.